Why, hello everybody, and welcome back to Rebuilding the Commonwealth with me. So we are back at Jamaica Plains. We're going to do the second stage of preparations. As you can see, I've potentially still left one or two little pieces around here. I still have to clear up these bodies and tidy the streets a bit more. I've done a bit more deleting off camera. And I've still got these sort of things to look out for. But working in the night time is a pain in the backside. I did test these house kits and they seem to be perfectly well nav meshed, so that gives a whole host of good options for this. Excuse me, something stuck in my throat there. Okay, so under Homemaker, these have the best kind of lights. It is night time, so it's the perfect time to do this. Now I'm looking for, I believe it's these ones. Aha! I already have a powerful conduit somewhere. Brilliant. So we're going to set up some street lights in Jamaica Plain here so we can work any time of the day. That is the one that does not work, that's fine. See, already with that we'd be able to work on this junction here. Remember guys, if you're enjoying these builds, please like, comment, subscribe, share, all that stuff. You know, the things that the big YouTubers tell you to do. Really helps me out. I've reached my first 50 subscribers, which makes me feel good. Well, almost my first 50. I'm on like 46 or 47, so all good stuff. There we go, scrap that. Get some lights here. Lovely. This one was obviously going to be a straight light here. Perfect. So yeah, we can see the straight lights across here, so we're just going to replace them with working versions. So I've been working today, and just for most of the day I've just been sat here thinking, oh my god, I could do all these fantastic things in my build today, and that's quite rare, to be honest. It's quite a rare attitude I have. It's when I get very excited, and I don't often get those. What the hell is that? Oh. Phantom notification. Okay, so the lights are on the left side of the street, so let's put another one here to shed some light on this corner. There will be some street lights down here and one more towards the crossing. This park up here has some lights outstanding, so that needs to face me, and we'll put the lights in here. Brilliant. That is a plank that we don't need. I mean, this corner's dark, but you can't light up every nook and cranny, otherwise this game would just never run. So that's fine. These streets are well lit. This lamp here would light up this junction, so we're going to rejuvenate this. And scrap the old. I feel like there should be a light over here. So I could actually delete the water here, but it would look absolutely stupid. Excellent. I feel like there should be some over here by this corner. So let's have one facing into the street. Let's have the two facing into the street because I'm replacing this one here. Beautiful. I feel like the lights for the mayor's office here would be separate, so I'm not going to mess around too much with that. This here obviously needs replacing. Great. This one here has fallen over, so let's replace this one. Lovely. Oh, finally, these guys aren't going to be living in the dark. So the lights continued on the left-hand side of the street, up the road there. So we're gonna kind of do the same along here. This can turn around this way. Fantastic. Aha, we're out of range over here, which is understandable. So what we need to do is get a replacement one. Just for now, I'm going to put a small generator down, and I think it's under the connectors here. So we need a power pylon, large, strong wireless. That's it. That strong wireless should cover most of the other side of the settlement. We'll be able to see everything at night once we're done here. Okay, so we don't have any street lights on this corner, but we do have some over here. So do a new for old. Beautiful. Over here. Bring that a little bit closer. There we go. See, I find that weird, having one on the left and two on the right. That just doesn't sit right with me. So we're going to reshuffle this a little bit. Yeah, so I'm going to put these onto to one side of the road over here. Brilliant. Right, that's the exit. So what's actually over here? Just the end of that. That's fine. I think we can put one more street light here. Perfect. That's all this side lit up. That's already looking better. Now if you're coming down this way, you'll have a straight light on the left. This would also light up the diner. Now I can kind of understand having this light here because this is wasteland, so I kind of get that as a kind of adapted story idea to it. Canonical. We're going to have one more light on the way out of the city here. A bit more debris to clear up, shouldn't be a problem. None of that is selectable, that's fine. Down here, this is another little residential street, so needs to have some light. let's move this back here and sink it ever so slightly. And put another torch, well, lamppost over here. Yeah, out of the way of them cables by just a little bit. Cool, so that's lit up that nook and cranny. This is going to need a different type of lamp to light that. These streets are fine. That's going to be converted. The street leading out, I'm going to put a few. Well, I say a few. I think only one could fit here. Yeah, that looks a lot more inviting if you're coming down into Jamaica Plain. Looks good. Now I get the feeling this is a pre-made building in my set. This building is going to be revamped. In fact, I could... This building is not, though. I mean, I could build this up by like 2 floors and maybe build something that goes over to here and sort of perches itself on there. I mean, that could work. Don't know how practical it would look. Graveyard. I'm going to put a lamp in here, but it's going to go pretty soon because I have plans for this area. So, don't think that's going to last too long. Up there is dark, but that's going to need a different type of lamp. Up here. Oh, fantastic. That's actually within reach. Didn't expect that. How quick that moves. Imagine if your night lasted that short. Excuse me. Up here I'm not going to do too much with at the moment. I will put a house or something up here. Okay, now other types of lamps. How much light does this give? A decent amount. I mean, the yellow glow will kind of separate between the main street lamps and residential lighting, I suppose. So I'm not too worried about that. In fact, I think it might add a little bit of character to the neighbourhood. So, yeah, let's put one outside the mayor's office. That statue will need replacing. Up in this little play area, this is going to be rejuvenated. So we'll put some residential lamps here for a bit of character. I mean, this is going to be... I didn't recall pressing the place button on that, but okay. Yeah, we'll just leave that there then. This will need its own lamp, so we'll place that here in the plaza. There you go, so you're not in the dark coming through here. I think one more here. Yeah, that gives sufficient lighting to that alleyway. And I also think up here by these houses. So let's place one this side and one this side. And one over here to give this house a bit of illumination. Much better. Not that there's much going on in it, but oh well. Back garden. That needs a lamp. That's coming off the street, so that's fine. Let's have one outside this garage. Residential lighting. I'm tempted to do something for here, but I want to rebuild the house before I do that. Yeah, residential, lovely. I mean, this still technically counts as a public highway, so I'm going to leave that to those. Just for a temporary thing, let's pop some residential lighting in here. I've actually just realised the name of the lamp is also residential. Here's me thinking residential. With that decking, I'm going to place one outside here and across here. This is a nice little residential house, so up here outside the church. And just in case I'm over here at night, that's going to be a temporary light so I can see. And I think I'm going to need a couple up here. So that lamp on the left is the main street. But we're going to put a couple up here just to keep it as it should be. Out the back here, there's for utility. One over here and across here. And, you know, I think I'm going to place a couple on the waterfront here as well. Okay, perfect. So, with these little nooks and crannies you see once you've got rid of the crap from the settlement and this pretty terrible world hole that we have here. Never mind. Okay, so we have Jamaica Plain now fit for human habitation, i.e. no one's going to be falling over, no one's going to get surprised in the middle of the night, nothing like that. I quite like how the lighting makes it able to, you know, be built even when I'm working here at night, which is perfect. So I'm going to do a quick survey of Jamaica Plain. I'm going to have a look around and see what I want to build first. I'm thinking this side of the city probably needs rejuvenation first. The diner will make the residents happy, and as I see, they're none too happy at the moment. The size of the settlement's just flown up. That's good. I'm thinking the diner and all this kind of stuff is going to need sorting out first. I'm thinking it's a big settlement. I'm trying to think how many Minutemen I would have here. I would say probably about 25, which gives me a clearance of around 55 settlers. So if we're going to build 3 houses, yeah, 3 houses here, and they're 2 bedrooms apiece, 2 inhabitants apiece. That's 8 settlers who can live on this end of the city. Could probably make it 10. Shop's going to be right in the centre to bring in all the income. Another house in the centre here. And here, this one can be scrapped and destroyed. Yeah, I mean, if I rebuild these houses, it's not like I can't shuffle them around again if I really need to, so... Cool. Let me do a quick survey of this side, and I'll see if I can get some very basic foundations laid out, because I have a feeling that'll be very boring for you. So bear with me guys, I'll be back with you in just one moment. Greetings everybody, welcome again after seeing all that lighting. I've no idea why I was greeting you guys twice, call it a brain fart. It's actually taken me a day because I kind of got distracted. But I've laid out some very basic groundwork here in Jamaica Plain. We've had a few attacks on the settlement, which is great. Excuse me. So I've set out a few kits here. Let me turn off the grass display. Thank you. So I've set out this house here. This is just a simple civilian house. I've just used the house kit because it fits. I had to use the disable command on a couple of pieces, but I've essentially laid out the foundation. This is a very simple house towards the beginning here. This is one of my larger houses, which I need to put the roof on and furnish, of course. I did contemplate having a little bridge go across here, in that little outline, and converge with a bigger house here. The only problem I have is because the terrain here is so uneven and rocky, and because it's on an uphill slope, I just cannot get the heights right. This house here is higher than I would like. Those stairs are also in the wrong place, so I'll need to correct that. This house is already higher than I would ideally like it to be, but I think it works. The foundation's not a ridiculous height. I still haven't touched the diner, but that is for another day. That's not what I'm focusing on today. What I'm focusing on is the general store. So this is going to be the general store. It's going to be the central hub for, well, anything really. It's going to have an armor vendor in it. It's going to have the general vendor. It's going to have just about everything. I've already done the basics by scrapping all of the crap that was in here. I can't get rid of this without the disable command, and I'm willing to bet these shelves are going to be individual, so I'm going to have to tackle that as and when. What I'm going to do is tear down the rubbish here. You can see the use of those objects was quite clever. These fluorescent lights can go. I will be lighting this another way. In fact, I probably won't even need lighting with these right outside, but we'll see. Sorry if you can hear background noise. It looks like the police outside are doing something heavy because they're full blues and twos everywhere. Now, I'm going to scrap the front here because I have the shell kits, which is commercial. Slightly bigger, I think, than the default pieces. The downside is they don't snap, but we can deal with that because all the pieces I replace can. So we're going to have a nice big doorway here. Looks a bit more vibrant. This here can disappear. I'm just thinking of having red here because it looks a bit more vibrant, but I'm just going to stick with the brown commercial here because I can add colour in different ways. Now, I'm probably going to have a counter all the way across here. So this entire half of the room is going to be counters with all of the vendors. I might have another small vendor or counter here in this corner. So the front can be windows. So we're going to scrap that out. Can scrap this and this. All of that can go. Now I want the windows to be quite open. Now these are okay, they're not broken, but I think with all the wooden beams and spaces in it, it doesn't particularly look that enticing, in my opinion. The problem is these brown ones here, not too good. What do the brick ones look like? Yeah, I've got a slightly different brick style, but that doesn't matter too much. I think that looks quite open. Curtains could probably furnish that quite well. That for me has too many spaces and it's diagonal, so of course that doesn't fit. And these are all very large shell kits. That fits perfectly, so I'm going to go with that one now. We have a slight discrepancy here. It's probably from where I've placed this door and it's snapping. So let's see what we can do about that. I mean, to be fair, it looks pretty good already. Let's just want it to come forward like so. Just enough so you can't tell the difference without really looking for it. I think that looks fine. We're going to put an awning and some decoration and trimming across here to sort of blend it in with the upper level. This upper level's probably going to get scrapped as well. I have plans to put in an upper level for the shopkeepers and such. I keep hearing somebody falling somewhere and it's a little bit annoying. Never mind. That's fine. This will fit perfectly over here, though this window is significantly lower down, which is a bit unusual. But I think that looks a fair bit more inviting. Perfect spacing there. So the lining on this window comes up to the top of the door frame, so that's a bit more like it. Same level. I think it probably just sunk into the ground a little bit, which isn't an issue. Now we want a wall over here. Now we're going to go with clean plastering, so it looks as though this building has been revamped, redecorated. So the brick style looks like it's been sort of cleaned. It looks like it's been washed, which is what we want. And on the whoa, that looks terrible. Does this shell kit have wallpaper? Oh my god, this shell kit has a lot of stuff in it. Okay, no, that's interior walls. Yeah, that looks unnatural. I am not going with that. That looks absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. So let's go back to the shell kits. Screw that. But you see we have quite a lot of options here. We've got like the Red Rocket style buildings, the windows, all of that is here. So we have options. But we're sticking with the commercial kit just for this part here. Let's go back to, so that is just, there's unnatural clean plaster there. Does this look any good when it's placed in? That actually looks more natural. I would like that. The brick style, the brick style's the same actually, which I'm not keen on, I'll be totally honest with you. I think that's just a bug, I'll be totally honest. Yeah, I think the clean plaster on the red brick, I reckon that's something to do with a texturing error. So you know what, let's scrap that. We're just gonna fill this in with brick wall. Here we go. This brick window can go, and I'm going to place another solid brick wall in here. The corner can stay because we're using that as a good anchoring point. Now this gap here, I've removed the trash bin that was there. I'm going to scrap this building wall, and I'm going to replace this with a doorway. Use the wallpapers available for these models. There is wallpaper. I don't get it. Apparently there's wallpaper, but I don't know. It's in here somewhere. Doesn't matter. Now, in the small town kit, I'm fairly certain, we do actually have these deckings. And we also have these town awnings. And these are a bit ripped. They're a little bit garbagey, but they fit. So we're going to put these over the doors. The windows even. Looks a bit more open for businessy like that. And we should have decking, porches, decking, that kind of stuff. Why is it these steps have to be the wrong way around? I was really hoping the railing would be on this side because that would look much better. Do we actually have a decking with the stairs going the other way? Oh, that actually sucks. Actually sucks. The stairs would just go the wrong way, and that looks god-awful. Ah, damn. I was proper hoping I'd get some mileage out of that. We're going to leave this in place, though, because I could probably do something with that with a bit of thinking, so we'll leave that as is. This looks much more welcoming. We have a door going out the back. These Protectron models are a bit silly. I'm tempted to leave them here for the aesthetic, but they're going to get in the way of the counter. And I don't really like that. Now, let's try this. Okay, that's good. Does it cause graphic problems? No, it doesn't. That's handy. Scrap this oil lamp. Now, if we want access to the second floor, we can remove these. I wonder, because my idea was to put a staircase along the back of this building. In fact, I could probably do it with the add-on deckings. But I'm worried that this is going to be... So look, that is way too wide to put on. I would pretty much destroy the use of this alleyway by doing that. But you know what? It's not actually out of place. And this would still provide access to the back of this property. You know what? Now that I've put that down, I actually quite like that. The only problem is it's not attached in this corner. And this now looks awfully unnatural, these stairs here. But this matches perfectly with this wall up here. Do I have any kind of concrete slabs or something that I can just use as a placeholder for this? Any add-on deckings? Yes, yes I do. This trash bin has got to go. That would also be a good way to hide this world void down here. I don't really want wood here because it just doesn't really look that good, to be honest. That sounds awfully close. Never mind. Does this fit up? Yes, it does. What does it look like? I don't really want to scrap them stairs because I'm worried it's going to leave a void. And knowing my luck, it probably will. So I put a couple of these deckings in. That sounds like a very heavy gun. I don't remember what that is. That did just snap a few moments ago, don't give me that. Oh, there we go. Perfect. So I'm going to reduce this down to very little. I'm going to bump this up. Just enough to cover this concrete. And this piece of concrete here needs to come up. This part here needs to also follow. Yep, a bit further. Tad more. Perfect. There's a bit of an ugly lip across here, but we can sort that out in due course. We will now need to... You know, I think that blends in just fine here, so I'm going to leave the stairs as is. I want to make sure that this lip on the left-hand side of this path fits adequately. That's about as good as I'm going to get it, actually. Perfect. So bring this back and put another piece in here. This can slide back. Slight world void in there, but I'm sure there's something I could probably do about that. It's no problem. Roofing. Now, I need a thin piece of roofing. Do we have any thin pieces? Yes, we do, but they're slanted roof. That's not what we're looking for. Grounds and base. Way too big. That doesn't look like it's going to really do much. That doesn't look that bad, to be fair. Can I stack them? Yes, I can. Oh, that's gorgeous there. Let's stack them. If I can. If I can stack them. Yeah, you know what? That looks alright. This trash bin door, I'll leave that as is. That doesn't actually look that bad there. This corner I will deal with in a little bit. This wall can now come down. Wow, that's weird. Can I even command delete that? Ah, had me worried for a second there, damn. Okay, so we've come out of the small townhouse kit and go back to the shell kit. I think I can tell you're not really supposed to be up here. Some of the textures are quite bad on the top floor here. Not to worry, not to worry. Right, so in the classic kit up here, I'm going to put another doorway for the apartment upstairs. Again, all this nice cleaned up brick. And the floors, of course. That looks like a very thick floor. But we'll go for it. We'll see what it looks like from downstairs. What is that going to look like from the other side? That's my question. Scrap all these broken house floors. Put in the proper floors. Actually, why am I doing that? Because that will just snap exactly if I put it like this. Okay, that's all the same level now. Do these look the same from underneath? Yes, yes they do. That one looks very slightly darker, but it's not something that I would lose sleep over. And I'm sure a bit of decent lighting in here would cover that, so that's not a problem at all. Perfect, so we now have a second story. Up here as well, I'm tempted to add a balcony. I think maybe a balcony out front of the shop would give it a bit of a welcoming view, I think. So where exactly is the door? So the door is here. So let's scrap this piece of concrete here. And we'll put in another door. Beautiful. This here can be another one of the commercial windows. I don't want a massive door like that to go out on the balcony. I think that just looks a bit too unnatural. Oh my god. What does that look like from down here? Not too bad. Let's take that out and remove this window. Yes, if you live in the apartment up here, you know, it's not actually going to look too bad. That is my big gripe about Fallout 4 buildings. The snapping is painful sometimes. Yes, I like that. Very nice. Oh, this is a full corner piece. If I delete that, might cause an issue. But I could likely snap something to this to keep it shape. So I'm just using the pre-existing pieces. Yeah, this would be a nice apartment for a few of the shopkeepers. I could even build a bathroom probably off here. Okay, we're going to take a chance. Take this corner off. This will need to be... Oh. Aha, these are the corner columns for the buildings. Where is the one from downstairs? That's the white and black bricks. I don't even know why I didn't look at this commercial kit, I'll be totally honest. Blimey, how many commercial kits do they have? Flippin' heck. Oh yeah, these are like downtown things, I believe. Downtown commercials. Okay, back to the classic kits. Why am I not using this nice clean texture up here? Like, this is literally new building, so... Yeah, if this is brand new building, it stands to reason that it would be, you know, well looked after. This back part here is kind of new. That looks alright. That looks fine. Not a problem at all. Fantastic. Now this corner... Beautiful, beautiful. Actually, so we do have these curved windows. But then I couldn't have a balcony, so that kind of sucks. Not sure what that's for. Window bay. Ah, right, okay, makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I could have the big round window, but I just don't think that would particularly fit. Plus, I'd need a similar piece underneath to do those. Let's just stick with this. Match that up, make sure that fits. These are the classic shell kit here. We have corner walls for these, but I don't actually think we have any just solid walls. Yeah, we've got the right angled one, but that's just going to look kind of daft if I... Then again, we do have the clean plaster in here, but the bricks are old style. I mean, let's give it a try. Yeah, that's fine. There's a very small piece here. Before we scrap this, let's see if we've got a thin piece of the classic bricks. Doesn't look like we do, though we have the shared pieces. Yeah, we've got a half here. Half fits perfectly. Bit of vanilla plaster. Got clean plaster in the shared parts. And you've got some with this really disgusting, ugly blue plaster. Yeah, lovely. Okay, so we can remove this this wooden plasterboard here. Plywood, even. Have we got anything to snap this half piece to? Is a good question. So there is a corner piece there. And that's a corner piece on the second story. That's fine. So we'll remove this. And remove this. So if I can maneuver this into place, even if it's not perfect, I should be able... No, I think that is perfect, actually. Perfect. Does that cause anything unsightly? No. So let's put in... That, however, does cause something unsightly. We'll have to go back to the classic shell kit for this. But again, we don't have any just straight up walls here. We just have doors and stuff like that. Yeah, the red bricks with clean plaster. I mean, there's a very distinct colour difference here. Unless we replace the whole lot with it, but that's probably just going to look really weird. That is dirty bricks, I think. Yeah, that's the dirty, worn-out bricks, but with clean plaster. And again, we don't have any corners for that one either. I have a feeling we're just going to have to lump it because we don't really have the options. I mean, it's post-apocalyptic. It would stand to reason you wouldn't get it perfect. And it fits like an absolute glove, so that's a good sign. I've got to move that back so it matches. There we go. So it's actually on a corner, so we can tell that. This wall here can go. And these walls here can go. We're going to need another half wall, I think. Yeah, so we're going to need another half just there. We're going to need a full wall over here. Though I think this one would do well to be a window. Yeah, all of that is the same classic brick. And in fairness, you can't really tell the difference in colour in here. I can tell that floor isn't quite aligned though. These halves are fine. So let's replace this door. Not aligned. Now that's aligned. Yeah, so you've got a mixture of this new style orange bricks and the old style dirty bricks, which I think goes well. Shows you where things have been rejuvenated, shows you where things have been reshaped by the settlers. Gives a little bit of a, I'd say a more natural look, but that's not really the term I'm going for. I feel like a bloody property surveyor doing this. So we need a balcony. We will also need some building trims across here. No windows, please. So I don't think it's under pillars. I swear we did see this. I know we saw this. Where did I see it? Yes, we can use this trim here to mask the transition. Yeah, that's fine. That looks much better. You know what? Let's put it across the front as well to give it a more rounded look. Looks like the building has been reinforced. And this also separates on this side the new brick with the old brick. That's not really going to work unless... Yeah, that's fine. So I've moved that back. Cool, so we've got this ground floor. I'm going to leave, as I say, the dirty plaster in here because this building's been repurposed. It's just the top floor which has been rebuilt. So looks a bit more canonical like that. Apart from, obviously, the damage in here. So the damage has been redone. So classic shell kit. We should have half wall in here. Okay, it's not in that. It's in the shared wall parts. Of course it is. Want the vanilla plastering. And we're going to patch this wall. Yeah, so you've got this new brick. Shows you the settlers have been here. They've sorted it out. They've put it right. It looks a bit better like that, in my honest opinion. Fantastic. This wall here needs to be remodeled. So we're going to remove this and place another half wall. If we have a snapping point, I'm actually a little bit worried about that. Aha. Yes, we do. Ooh, no need to be worried. Okay, so tuck this wall behind. Yeah, uncanny. Can't even tell. Brilliant. That could not have fit better if I tried. I'm usually a little bit worried about selecting these items. Just in case I click on the wrong thing and it just like disables something in the distance and then I look like an absolute dickhead. Concrete floor. Do I want to keep concrete floor? I think it looks too cold this way. What floors do I have that they can walk on, I wonder? Do I just go with the simple wood floor from just the regular old vanilla kit? I mean, to be fair, that doesn't actually look that bad. I mean, to be fair, I could change that if I so desired. Okay, so we're going to move on to the counters. So, decorations. Nope, it's going to be under furniture. Surfaces. Counters. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Homemaker has the counter that I want. A bigger version of that, please. Pretty certain it's this diner counter. Why would it be, actually? I think there's a version in Do It To Your Shelf, which is under furniture. So I have so many mods, I still forget where to find everything I want. It's going to be under post-war, and we're going to have these DIY counters. That's the one I want. So in this corner, I'm going to leave a little recess. There is a corner counter to put on here. Like so. And then we can continue the trend. Oh, for God's sake. Really? There's no corner counter there? I'm going to have to go to Homemaker to get it. It's going to be under the containers. Yeah, we go. No, it's not. It's under surfaces. Oh, thank Christ. They do snap. So that's an end counter, not a corner. You serious? You don't have a corner? I mean, that's a corner, but it's a pretty sweeping one. I don't want a sweeping corner. I just want a simple one. Oh my god, I learn something new every day. This pack doesn't actually have a corner counter. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Okay. I think we're going to have to improvise here. It would seem. Okay, so we're going to put some stores in here. What do we want? A trader. Yeah, trading emporium. Of course we want one of these. Want one of these because they make everybody nice and happy. And then I want another one. Not a general store. Clinic. Yes, clinics do make everybody happy. Food and drink makes people happy. Weapons and armor do not. Yeah, weapons and armor don't make anybody happy. I have to restructure this ever so slightly. Yes, that's got some space back here. Yeah, that's lovely. So that's where you go to buy your stuff. Food and drink, that is for the bar across the way. We're going to give everyone the ability to defend themselves and put a weapons counter in. I mean, this door at the back here is an employees only door. But I'm still a little bit bummed about these protectrons. Yeah, we're going to take the plunge. Get rid of them. Go take the plunge. Now, thing is, if I put a clinic that close, yeah, I think we'll be able to get someone behind that counter. I think that looks nicer, having the counters wrap around like that. It doesn't just look like I've run out of space, which in essence is kind of what I did, but shush, don't tell anyone that. I'm supposed to be a good builder. Counter overhangs ever so slightly, but that's fine. We can just put something there to counteract that. Make it look fine. Get it? Counteract. I'm so funny. Perfect. And of course we can stick one extra counter just to make this meet the window. That is the small counter. I want a big counter. Perfect. This one will do. And we've still got a good enough gap to get the guys behind here. We can store all the supplies against this wall, so the place looks good. We can put some stuff across here. And I think with this stuff as well, I can put a third store to keep the cats coming in. Not that I particularly need more cats coming in, but it's not going to hurt because every settlement needs an armory. And if we can't get an armory, well, we haven't fulfilled the challenge yet, so that would be an issue. Surfaces, counters. For this weapons counter, I might put a mannequin here to break up this counter. Give it a bit more of a closer, intimate feel. We can put a banner under here. Now, under the snappy builds, I think it's under snappy builds. Could be under. No, it's not. Definitely not G2M. Definitely not G2M. This is where I'm going to have to properly think about this. Wasn't under the deco kit. Yes, it was. Ignore me. I was correct first time. That is a long-ass balcony. But I like it. I mean, it pays to be symmetrical, but I quite like how that looks. Yep, you can sit out here on the balcony, watch the world go by. Lovely, lovely stuff. Okay, so we've got 3 shopkeepers here. They're going to have a lot of wares to carry up here, so I think here could be a good storage area. 1 bed here, 1 bed over here, and another bed over here. We're going to have blinds on these windows. Let's get some blinds down first. That's under decorations. See, I do get there eventually. I'm hoping the blinds will be a perfect size for these windows. They look like they would. And I say that, and now they won't be. You watch. Oh, come on. The blinds are in here. Oh, for goodness sake, they're not. That's fine, though. We can tweak these. They don't look silly from the other side, do they? They do, because they are actually on the other side. Fuck my life. Looks a little bit silly. Still looks kind of silly, to be honest. If I shrink them just a tad. So that's the thing, they're just not quite big enough. That's the problem. And getting them to fit straight is difficult. I'm going to give it that. You know what, that is actually quite a good fit. Okay, this kind of overhangs, but that is a very small imperfection I can live with. Now the reason I'm putting blinds on these 2 windows is because if the bed is going to be here, this guy is really not going to want the outside world looking in, is he? Or he might do, because he's used to it, but that's not what we're giving them. And I'm going to put some blinds on these windows here. But if I can camouflage them well... damn it. Actually, I could hide them up there. I have a feeling if I tuck these back here, it's just going to show up on the other side and look dumb. Oh, no. Okay. I can get away with that. That looks fine. So we've got some windows up here. Now, someone in this corner here. They will want some blinds over these windows. I'm going to kind of cheat this one and do it as a double, which isn't a problem, as long as they don't show up on the outside. Yep, perfect. So we have a double blind on those windows. Oh, I'm actually in love with how this is turning out right now. Printing press, no. Piper does not live here. She doesn't need a printing press here. Those windows are way too... curtains are way too big. I'm not shrinking them down for that. Let's put some curtains here and here. I don't want all of them, you know, blocked from the outside. You want to actually show here that these people do live nicely. I mean, come on, we're offering them luxury living in a world that has ended. I mean, who else does that? I'll tell you, nobody. That is the correct way round. And I'll bring that slightly back towards me just to make that not clip. Beautiful. I don't think we have a curtain rail, but I think people will get the idea off that. So that is what you call some luxury living up here. I don't think anyone's going to sit up here, but we will put a couple of cheap bits of seating outside. Yeah, I mean, that's as good a chair as you can get. Oh, it doesn't count as a surface. Okay. There you go. Now you can sit outside and enjoy the fresh Commonwealth air. That does not line up at all. Now it does, but that does not. So I have a feeling it was supposed to line up the other way to begin with. Yeah, that's fine now. That works. Look at that bright sunshine coming in. Oh, so glorious. That floor doesn't line up, and it's also facing the wrong way. Actually, it has to face the wrong way. It's a half floor. Fair enough. Okay, so beds. Bed. Thing is, if I put a double bed, it increases the bed count by 2. But the problem is your NPCs cannot, they cannot actually use the other side of the bed. It counts as one object. Same with these bunk beds. Yeah, that's 2 as well. So yeah, it would just cause problems if I did that way. Minuteman cots? Nah, don't do that. I feel like a proper basic pleb just putting in the same bed everywhere, but it's the only real one that makes proper sense from a decent living perspective. So we're going to put one bed in there, one bed here, and we're going to put one bed over here. Beautiful stuff, beautiful. Okay, so looking at my time here, I'm already a little bit beyond how long I was expecting this to go, but I'm loving how this is turning out. That will need probably a couple of steps just to make it blend in, and I'll probably stick a railing here to separate it. But from the outside, that actually looks like decent living. I mean, you can see into that. You can see that that's all been redone. That's been repurposed. I'm probably going to put some blinds downstairs too, maybe for the weapons counter. This place is already starting to come together. So on that note, I'm going to leave you guys. I'm hoping you're enjoying these rejuvenations, these builds. If you like what you're seeing, please like, comment, subscribe, really helps me out. And stay tuned for the next one. So I hope you've enjoyed. Peace out and see you later.